G.kenner. Welcome back. As most of you know, probably about 3 months ago, I purchased a Stepcraft M1000 CNC machine. It is the foundational tool for my shop. One of the things that I needed was an ability to take away the little tabs that are left along with the material when you do the cut out of a carving or cut a board out. So what I wanted was an oscillating sander, something like this, and I got it. Now these come in a couple of different varieties. One of them will have just the circular sanding pad like this, and then there's this one that has the belt on it. I found this to be superior based upon the size of things that I wanted to do. So I started looking for it. I went on Amazon. I looked for it for about 3 weeks. No luck. No one had it in stock. Well, I needed a replacement part for part of my irrigation system at the house. I wanted to make sure that they had the part at Home Depot before I went. So I got online and I thought, you know what, why not look and see if they have this? They hadn't had it for, a period of time, at the same period that I was looking on Amazon. And I thought, just give it a shot. There were 2 of them. I pulled out my credit card online, bought it, and went and took delivery of it that day. I looked again a couple days later, nothing in stock. So these things are about as rare as hen's teeth. If you can get your hands on one of them, I highly recommend the tool. The first thing that I used it on was I had cut a couple of circular discs to basically make a shelf for my shop vac. When I put my elevatable table, I wanted to be able to put the vacuum underneath it so I could connect it directly to my jointer or my planer and pick up the majority of the wood chips and dust in one shot without really having to move a whole lot of things. And I wanted to be able to roll everything. As most of you know, I'm working out of a 2-car garage and I want to be able to park my cars in the garage every night. So literally everything has to be on rollers to give me the most utility. So what I did was I took and I had glued together 2 3/4 inch pieces of plywood to make that shelf. And I took it straight over to this one. I got it. It ate it up like you couldn't believe. I mean, the strength and power behind the motor was more than sufficient to sand something in a rough status. It 1.5 inches thick. It was not a problem at all. This is kind of like Stepcraft orange, so it goes in my shop. Not that I like the color coordinate or I like color lights, but I'm very happy with this. I highly recommend it. It was an addition. I'll put a link down in the description. I want to say $269 was the retail price. Couldn't say enough good things about it to this point. A couple other things I bought. These are some little elevating pads that are plastic so that when I put a cutting board down on top of them and it's all covered with mineral oil, it doesn't act like a suction or a sponge and it'll leave a little mark. These are about $7. One of the other things I wanted was this is a single sanding pad. Some people buy 4 of these. I just bought one. They will separate and you can put a board on top of it to sand it, or potentially I guess you could put oil, but these things really seem to hold a working piece in place. Someday I'd like to have one of those Festool vacuum systems to put my piece on, but this was $14. The Festool system's a little more expensive. Hold down tape is, even with the vacuum table on my CNC, I want to make sure that I am really secured down. If I'm doing an inlay, I don't want it moving even a 1/16 of an inch or it'll blow off the accuracy of the inlay piece. I had that happen. I should have put more double-sided tape on it, but this is what I went with. I also have bought some CR glue recently that you can use the taping method. I'm going to do a video on CR glues later. I've really been studying up on those. Some casters. I'm going to build another roller system for the galvanized trash can that I use to put some of my scrap pieces of wood in, just so that I can move it around. This will be a pretty easy to do project. This is full of some secret goodies. We haven't opened that up yet. But they're related to the WIN 1 micron air filtration system that I purchased. I noticed that the dust in my shop was even still a little bit more than I wanted it to be. This system, I think, is going to be able to help. This was the least expensive system I could find on the market, but it pulls down to 1 micron, so does everything else. So why would you spend more money? I'm going to do a full breakdown on exactly why I did it and those safety precautions that I'm going to take. I don't want to be sucking up sawdust. I'm too old for that. What else have I got going on? Got to paint that door back there this week. I'm going to do a few more little cosmetic things here in the shop. When I get all done, I'll probably do a 360 video where you can either stand and listen to me and use me as the focus, or spin around the room in a 360 video format so you can see everything that I have in relation to size. You can do this in a 2-car garage. You can have and still be able to get your cars in it. And then I'm proving it almost every day. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I don't have the answer, I'll be very honest with you. I'll try and find the answer or send you somebody that I think may really be able to help you. I wish you all the best. Looks like it'll be about another week before you get a video. Doing my best. Questions, please send them forward. Oh, subscribe. Of course you want to subscribe, or you won't get notifications if you don't hit that little bell and all that kind of stuff like on YouTube, so that when I break this air filter out, you'll miss it. I wish you the best. Thank you.